So hopefully you're as excited as I am about getting gear for your new dog or your dog that you're starting training with. We have a boatload of gear here, and I'm gonna go deep into each different type of gear, whether it be toys, collars, harnesses, and everything else. So let's talk about collars. The good old flat collar is probably the best investment you can make and pretty much essential, right? I like leather just because leather is durable, it'll last, and if it's well constructed, then it dries really quickly, and it's just something that's comfortable when you're grabbing your dog and holding on through the collar and so on. So leather is my choice, and let's move on to different types of training collars though. So this is a Herm Springer brand. I'm not endorsed by them, but I really do like Herm Springer. This is what we call a regular slip chain or choke chain. This has its applications for certain types of dog sports, but I actually would dissuade anybody from buying this and using it just due to the fact that it does what it says it's going to do. It chokes the dog. And I think that, in most training applications for family dogs or basic obedience, that's the last thing you want to do. And it's something that I would heavily avoid. What I also feel that you need professional help on if you're going to use is a regular e-collar. So e-collar, electric collar, you can stimulate from a distance, has its definite applications and value for distance training. And, if you're doing anything from a distance and you want to recall the dog or stop the dog from doing something. That being said, you really have to learn how to use it the right way, or you can create these superstitions where the dog thinks the grass was zapping it or the leaf that was blowing or, whatever it may be. But the dog can really actually irrationally view this e-collar as something really bad and not even realize that it's the e-collar. So word of caution for that, seek professional help for that. It's not my choice of training tool, just because I find that, the fact that it's not directly connected to you through a leash, you can't really transfer that human energy to the dog and vice versa that you can benefit from. What I like is what we call the prong or pinch collar. Once again, it's a Herm Springer. It's the only brand I would use, just because it doesn't fail that often, especially when you're walking down the street or in parks and heavy traffic type areas. Now, it looks really gnarly and it's probably, pretty scary for a lot of people, but the truth is it's the most humane device that you can actually use to train a dog, where you can put the least amount of pressure on a dog by using this as more of a communication tool versus a punishment tool. So it's a martingale system, which means it has a limited constriction, and it will never collapse, the throat of the dog and its esophagus or windpipe or anything like that. What I love about it is it creates this dispersed pressure around the neck of the dog that emulates what a mother dog would do when she's controlling, reprimanding, or redirecting her puppies by grabbing them by the scruff of their neck. So more often than not, people view this as a really dangerous tool, but if used correctly and applied correctly and used with the right amount of pressure, I find after training hundreds, if not thousands of dogs, that I have a lot of happy customers that use this type of collar.